I'm Mo Funk. I'm the president and CEO of Beth Sholom Senior Living. It's a multi-level senior living community here in the West End in Richmond, Virginia. We have one single site here in the West End, but we also provide services to seniors outside of our four walls with our Generations Home Care. We serve about 300 residents on our campus. We have 4 buildings, 1 independent living, 2 assisted living, and 1 skilled nursing facility. Early on, when I started to ask some questions about our IT capabilities, I learned very quickly that we as an organization had a very low IT quotient. When I sort of threw my hands up and said we really need to make a change, I reached out to Melissa Andrews at Leading Age here locally and asked her whether or not she had anybody in Virginia that she knew that I could speak with or that she trusted to talk with about potentially taking over the outsourced IT services for Beth Sholom. The first name she gave me was Steve Smith, and she says, call Steve. And there was a sort of a breath of fresh air when the folks from DVD came in, because we were able to do a complete assessment of what was here on campus. I don't think anybody here before I arrived knew what we actually had. When we went down the road to look for a new IT partner, we selected DVD because of their experience and their work in the senior living space. We were very fortunate this year. We received a grant from the FEMA Homeland Security folks. We turned to our partner for IT, DVD, and we've now installed a couple dozen new cameras on campus. We have several nursing stations throughout the campus. And many medication administration carts. And those carts each have a laptop. And those laptops need connectivity to wherever those nurses are as they roll the carts around the facility. So it's very helpful that we have a robust Wi-Fi to be able to connect to those laptops. The Wi-Fi is absolutely a totally different animal today than it was. We changed out all the access points. We have a little bit greater coverage at this particular point in time. We also have put in some emergency Wi-Fi hotspots that are ready to go and locked up in a closet should we ever lose power. So back to those laptops and those carts, they need to be connected. And DVD helped us put that sort of emergency plan together to make sure that we're always connected no matter what's going on here on campus. We've had a heck of a year. Senior living was hit pretty hard. We were very concerned about what we were seeing. Our first responsibility is to the resident. So we abruptly locked down without any notice. It was just a really difficult time and difficult decision to make. But in order to sort of connect the resident to the family who couldn't come in and visit, we had to work on virtual visits. Now, they're not ideal versus a face-to-face visit, but certainly those were extremely important and were used continually for a year here, where family members could at least take some time and visit virtually with their family member. And that was really helpful. If someone asked me whether or not I knew of anybody who could handle outsourced IT solutions, I certainly would be the first person to tell them to call DVD. I thought that the way they handled the relationship early on, the assessment was extremely helpful, and I wouldn't hesitate referring DVD to anybody who asks.